Last show of the year. You're listening to the Red Pill News. We're going to talk about everything tonight, including who bought a mansion across the street from who so he can spy. There's this cool stuff going on, but then some stuff going on is not cool at all. So I'm watching this fire right now in Colorado. I mean, right now live. So I guess these big time winds blew through. They blew down some power lines, sparked a tinderbox of trees, and boom! Right? Then you have 100 mile an hour winds blowing all this. If you know how to start a fire, man, you only need a little bit of oxygen, a little bit of tinder, a little bit of fire, and boom! This blew through these neighborhoods, houses. People are going to be devastated. Loss of life, pets, everything. They had to evacuate over 30,000 people in like seconds, literally. I mean, just blew on through. So, and it's happening right now. You know, we talked about the unraveling of the world. We like to talk about that here on the show, and it's been it's a machine that just keeps going on and on. You know, it just you see what's happening around you, right? And it's not all doom and gloom, but I'll tell you, people need to pull together and be strong for each other and not be selfish. And part of that is helping each other get rid of this virus. Getting your vaccinations, getting your boosters, wearing the mask, staying away from crowds and groups of people. So, because on one hand, yesterday was the biggest day in U.S. history for positive cases, over 500,000. 500,000 in a day, shattered all records, double of what the highest range was a year ago. That's got to tell you something. And, you know, I think that as people kind of look the other way, or if you listen, don't listen to the media, man. They don't know what they're talking about. They're all trying to push some kind of angle or an agenda. You know, watch what's going on around you. You listen to the real numbers and the data, not these people saying that, well, Omicron's not as bad as Delta. You know what? Omicron not as bad as Delta. Omicron is still going to put you in a hospital if you're not vaccinated, if you're immunocompromised, even if you are vaccinated. It's going to put people in the hospital. The infection rate is much more intense than Delta. So, therefore, more people are going to get it. More people are going to be in those hospitals. The hospitals don't multiply. The hospitals are the hospitals. They only have so many beds, and then you have hospital staff. For the CDC to recommend 5 days isolation for positive cases and for people in quarantine, if you know anything about this pandemic, you know that is not an intelligent move. It's an act of desperation to keep things open. But the only thing it's going to do, just like that fire in Denver, is going to allow people to say, "Oh, okay, I'm at day 5. Oh, all right, let's start with this. COVID-19's got a 2 to 14 day incubation period. So you're only giving 3 days for symptoms to come on. Most people report, if you read anything about COVID, at least 50% who get symptoms in 5 or 6 days. So you're already putting it at the outskirts of your minimum time. Oh, if you start feeling symptomatic, a lot of people don't want to believe they have COVID. You get symptomatic and they still running around. But you know what that's going to do? It's going to make people even more sick. Those people are going to go into work. Those kids are going to go back to school. All these people are going to become just infector monkeys running around infecting everybody else. Is that a solution? It sounds like it's going to overwhelm everything. And if you think that Omicron is the last variant that's going to come to town, you're mistaken. Because this virus has never given any indication that it's going to go anywhere but onward until it reaches some kind of point. But what the hell do I know? What do I know? I hear all kinds of people on Facebook with all great comments about this vaccine and what, and you're safer without the vaccine. A lot of scientists spawned overnight. A lot of PhDs cranked out somewhere, you know. But when you look into the face of death, you have a different opinion. You know that, and people need to protect themselves and their families. That's the most important thing. And that means protecting your community, protecting your city, your state, your country. That's what that is. Protecting your goddamn earth, because it's all we got. You know, to have grand visions of Mars. Let me tell you, man, Mars is as frightening as Utah. You know what I mean? The two things that Mars and Utah have in common is that you can't get any coffee there. Yeah, Utah's got a coffee issue. Salt Lake City's run by the Mormon Church. I mean, so they're not into caffeine. I was there. I did find coffee eventually, but man, it wasn't. Like normally you can like throw a rock in any direction and hit a Starbucks, and out there it's like you just don't have that. I got to get my coffee on, man. And you can't drink like hotel coffee. You know that paper cup they give you? I have a coffee net backpack with a coffee press, my coffee, and it's got all kinds of stuff in there, sugar, everything that I need and my mug and my glass, so everything that I need. I'm not doing the paper cups, paper styrofoam, all that is disgusting. So, but anyway, whatever the hell I was talking about, it really comes down to responsibility among people. That's all. Responsibility. We're going to enter it's going to be very heavy, man. And we've been talking about this for quite a while. And it's time to be strong, to be durable. Anyway, and whatever happens in the next several weeks is going to happen. I mean, it has to cycle its way through. There's no way to stop that type of energy, and you just need to let it cycle through, and you need to treat the symptoms, and you need to kind of navigate your way through it. So that's all. So on to, what, celebrities, man. I don't know how I even see this stuff. I guess I'm floating around on the internet here and there, and I see these articles. So the politically correct world will not have you objectify women. It's very Me Too, very don't touch Mr. Cuomo, don't touch me, don't kiss me, Mr. Cuomo, don't kiss me. I don't know. Others like him too. People that feel they could push themselves. How about just people who are just kind of they smile at you, or they ask you out, and there are people who like overreact. I think a lot of people will overreact because they're kind of taught to these days. So whatever. Me personally, I don't do any of that. Women come to me. They come to me like moths to a bulb, and they're all equally as nuts. I know automatically if one likes me, they're certifiably crazy. I know that. There's something even attractive about it, which is probably why the whole thing happens. It's a thing. It's a phenomenon. There's a psychiatrist out there, or whoever, astronomer, astrologer, whatever. Anybody should study this phenomenon because it just is that way. But I'm also someone who feels like regular people are boring, and then I don't like being boring, even though I am. I don't like being boring. I've been boring now. Am I boring? Maybe I'm not. I don't know what the hell I am. How's that? I'm not going to judge myself, man. That's where you start to fall apart. When people make you judge yourself, like poor Ben Affleck, who still can't get away from the truthful comments he made on the Howard Stern show, and now the wretches who are coming after him with pitchforks and knives, saying, you're a woman hater," and for some reason, it's turning J Lo on even more. I think there's something interesting going on there. That should also be studied. After they're done studying me, they can move on. Forget me. Move on to those guys are way more interesting. That's for sure. So, but Catherine Zeta-Jones, this is what not just her, what she represents in the world right now in this article that is presented by Yahoo. Yahoo, right? So, all right, here we go. On Wednesday, the Chicago actress shared, 52 years old, shared a photo of herself sporting a black bikini to Instagram. She captured the selfie, "Sun's out." And here's a picture of her making her face and her showing her chest off and that, you know, she this is the deal, right? Here we go. The star received lots of love in her comment section. One follower wrote, "Now that's a way to end the year. Wow." While another added, "Too beautiful in this photo." Have you ever seen the people who actually write those things? It's like a Facebook thing, like these girls who show their boobs, and no matter what they look like, the boobs or the girl, you're gonna have like comments from guys who are like, "You're beautiful. Hey, good looking. What's cooking?" All that. Hey, and you're looking at like, where do I get my? Where's that block button? Block it. Yeah, bye. I can't unsee that. I don't need that in my life. But here we go. So Me Too movement. People disgusted with the sexualization of other people, right? Isn't that what the PC people are all about? No sexuality. You're not allowed to be turned on by anybody, God forbid, because it's against their personal freedoms for you to feel like that, making men turn to robots, which don't exist yet. And then when they finally perfect robots, whatever you want to call it, AI, whatever, and they feed it like women's kind of mentality and stuff, how they think and whatever, because you want to make it as female like as possible. The only thing you can do is create an AI being that's going to be like a woman on steroids, man. Like like 100 times. Like if you think you got trouble with human women, try one of those AIs, man. They'll shut your car off. They'll shut the house off. They'll shut the lights off. They'll shut your cell phone off. You're not going out tonight. You can you can just feel the vibe. Listen, you're my AI woman. You listen to me. I can crush you with my two fingers. Like I don't sleep at night. I mean, like you're not going to win, and they're going to have rights in court. You know what? You're not going to win. You're so just deal with the real ones. Just find the right one. See, a lot of people make bad choices, man. Me too. Me too. We all make bad choices. The thing is to learn from those bad choices. You know. Now, Catherine Zeta-Jones, her bad choice was this photo, obviously, because to me it looks like a desperate older woman trying to be sexualize herself, or what to put out this and look for these comments. You know what, man? Just like last week, we talked about the Sex in the City people. That one woman was going off because they're being judged on how they look. I saw a picture of them. They don't even look like they're in their 50s. They look older. And you know why? Because of the lives that they live, the treatments that they go through, all this plastic surgery, this and whatever. It doesn't keep up with the natural world. And then they try to dress like they're 19 years old. They are not in competition with young girls. Young girls don't think that they're in competition with these older women. But yet the older women think, I can still keep up my youth. I can still hold on to it. Look at me. And they're going to go through all these treatments, facials, this, the Botox, all this stuff to try to do that. For what? For what? You know? What good does it do you? You're being sold a whole capitalistic type of industry that's designed to really focus on people's low self-esteem, and that's really what it is. Grow old gracefully, just be comfortable in your skin. Donate the thousands of dollars that you put into the buff and puff and give it to people who have nothing. Let them get some Botox for a change. You know what I mean? Earlier this month, Zeta Jones wowed followers by taking to Instagram. I don't even go on Instagram anymore. I don't know about you guys. It's become a wasteland of just these people like this. Look at my old boobs. What am I supposed to feel about that, man? I feel embarrassed for her, for me, for anybody who needs to like push themselves forward. That's how they define themselves. A lot of these models, they define themselves in their looks. They were models, and now they're aged. Well, some of them hit the wall going 100 miles an hour, man, and they're aged and they can't handle it, and they go over. They're on the exit ramp. There's no getting any better. You know what I mean? There's a time that you just have to say, okay, it is what it is. Earlier this month, Zeta Jones wowed followers by taking to Instagram. I'm going to take to Instagram to share a video featuring her dancing skills and her abs, all set to the tune of David Bowie. Who the hell wants to be the one saying, "Oh man, you look really good for your age"? You know what I mean? You gotta put yourself her abs. Who cares? She's trying to put something forward. Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. I see the photo and I see a jelly roll. Let me see that jelly roll, jelly roll, jelly roll. Let me see that jelly roll. That's what she should have been dancing to. Tootsie Roll. And that song, Tootsie Roll. Let me see your Tootsie Roll, Tootsie Roll. I threw jelly roll in there. Oh my God. I'm not being mean or anything because I'm fat too. I gotta lose weight. I'm just saying this woman doesn't need to be doing this. Maybe she does for her. Oh, so a handful of these dudes are like, hey, you're hot. Oh, you're so hot. Oh my God. Anyway, and she's an Oscar winner. An Oscar winner. There we go. The Oscar winner recently spoke to New Beauty about how the last year has impacted her mental health as well as her decision to stay active. See, so when you have like a magazine called New Beauty asking you about your mental health after you put these pictures of yourself out and dancing to David Bowie and Tootsie Roll, let me see your Tootsie Roll, Tootsie Roll. When someone asks you about your mental health, period, there's a problem. And telling you something. Nobody just says, how's your mental health these days? Well, I'm glad you asked the question. Now let me respond. Yeah. Let me dance so you can see my Tootsie Roll bouncing around in the video, man. Someone's got to tell that grandma to sit down. She's embarrassing the world, man. Am I being mean? No, because this is what gets me about the objectification. She is wanting people to objectify her. She is begging for people to objectify her. And this is what outdoes the feminists out there, because I don't hear a peep word from them whenever something like this goes on. They protest people all day long. I think they protested Howard Stern since he started. It's probably even before he was started. But the bottom line is, they're hypocrites, because if you object to objectification, then these people who show themselves and do these things, not on the merit of talent, just on how they look, They're the ones who are part of the problem, not part of the solution. So in Sex in the City, all those years ago, when the women were in their 30s, and then they were attractive, attracting people to the show. If you consider that attractive, everybody's got their type. You know what I mean? But that's what they were known for in that show. Now it's years later, and it's different. They're trying to be the same, but they can't, because you got decades on you that is saying you're different now. You have changed now. And you need to like embrace that. You don't have to be some little old lady sitting in a wheelchair, or sitting there knitting caps, whatever. But you have to, I have a sister who is in her 70s, and then she enjoys life, and she's out there. You don't ever think about it, the age, because she's out there doing her thing. So is her husband. It's inside your mentality and what you are. She run around wearing ripped jeans, saying, like whatever, like trying to copy younger look. No, but these guys need to stay relevant, don't they? They need to torture you while they do it also. Here's her answer to that question about mental health. It is such an easy time to procrastinate, put things off, and push things to the back of our minds. All of that builds up eventually. Yeah, it splatters out like pancake syrup. She explained to the outlet, all of the little things can very quickly become bigger and bigger. What helps me is looking at the big picture and saying, well, I didn't get that done today, but that's okay. Did she say that to herself? Sitting there having a conversation with her shoulder. Well, I didn't get that done today, but that's okay. Then the other shoulder says, you're messed up. Yeah. Don't be angry at me, right shoulder. My left shoulder says it's okay. Well, what do they know? They're left-handed. You're not even left-handed. I control everything. The right side. I'm going to wake up again tomorrow and do it. Yeah, I saw her posing in her mansion. As far as your normal COVID-19 person hiding in isolation or quarantine in your house or your apartment or wherever you got, you're not in some 14,000 square foot sprawling mansion so you can like jump around with your Tootsie Roll. That's another thing these guys forget about the people out there, is that there's actually people out there. So why did she do this? Was it was it for her fans to be like, wow, look how amazing she is for that age. Amazing. That's like, you know what? Like, sometimes I buy cigars, right? I like my little Italian Denoblis, man. Nice little cigar. I don't smoke them often, but I like them sometimes. Sometimes I buy them in the store. Sometimes I order them online, but when I buy them, they ask me for my identification, and then I show them my ID, and then usually, always, the people behind the counter are like, "No way, you're that old. You can't be that old. Oh my God, I can't believe you're that old." And it's like, listen, putz, show me my cigars and drink a tall glass. Shut the f up. I don't need to hear that. There's just things I don't need to hear. I'm not dancing around in the video showing my Tootsie Roll. I wouldn't. I got more than a Tootsie Roll. I got a little loaf of bread going, but I'm not dancing around. So here's another one. This is what gets you too. This is the media that drives this force and power. It's the media that wants to flaunt this. And then they're the same ones that say you're bad because you think someone's got nice boobs or a nice butt or whatever. That guy that made the song Big Butts, I like girls with big butts and I can't deny. He'd never be able to make that song. Now the Me Too people come after him with pitchforks. They get him too. Hottest celebrity bikini bodies of 2021. How the stars got their sizzling looks. So sizzling, not fat pig, sizzling. Bikini bodies, right? Stars. Think of the buzzwords. Salma Hayek. I like Salma Hayek. She's a cutie patootie, man. I like her a lot. Salma Hayek kicked off the new year by rocking a brown and red bikini while she posed in a tropical location. The 55-year-old accessorized with sunglasses and a layered gold necklace. She says she's not a fan of working out, but she does enjoy restorative yoga to help her move in a way that engages all her muscles. I'm down with that. Salma, come find me. We're gonna do some, what is it? Restorative yoga. Is there yogurt involved in that? I wonder. Maybe a twister mat? I don't know. I think that's something we would need to find out. Man. I think she just dates billionaires, so that counts me out of everything. Everything. But man, I always liked it. She says, I work with a woman in London who taught me how to hold my body in a way where the muscles are activated all day long. Me too. It's called stress. That's what yeah, it's called stress yoga. When you wake up and you realize what the day's going to bring, and as you're going, you tighten, tighten, you're tight, and you're tight. And then after the day's over, you're like, ah. Yeah. Then you eat some yogurt and do it again the next day, right? Anyway, she said she taught me how to tone my muscles without clenching them. Clenching. Sometimes you got to clench. Depends on the occasion. You relax them and focus on the parts that need to be used, but never with tension. If you're aware of your body, you'd be surprised by the effect I can have. You see, now we just learned that for free. She probably spent hundreds of thousands of bucks, that woman in London. I like that. I like coupons and freebies sometimes. Heather Graham. Man, Heather Graham. I feel like these guys are just, they're changing. I guess they're, you know what my problem is? I don't really follow Hollywood at all. But when I like an old movie, I like it. And then sometimes that movie's like 25 years old. And then I finally see the actor now and they look like they went through a time machine. And then you're like, oh my God. Oh my God, what happened to you? Hollywood happened to them. You think they have an easy life? You think being famous is easy? These guys, look at the competition. Catherine Zeta-Jones have to put on a bikini and shake her jelly roll, her tootsie roll for people to try to make a few bucks. That's I don't know. To me, it's demeaning, but that's just me. My humble opinion. My humble opinion as a slayer, a slayer upon this planet. Heather Graham. Heather Graham stunned fans when she took. See, now I can't name one movie that she was ever in. I can't name not one. I know her face, and I can't name one movie. She is 51. It's funny that they're all focusing on. It's not an article for women over 50, but they're focusing on women over 50 that try to kind of push it out there. All right, here we go. Blah, 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 blah. She shared an image of herself catching some sun rays at the beach while showcasing her svelte figure. Open, open meditation is what she's calling it. The 51-year-old captioned the makeup-free snap of herself. She donned an animal print bikini and sunglasses with her blonde tresses flowing past her shoulder. Ooh, like that. It was just like that. You want to hear it again? Ooh, just like that. The actress told Refinery 29, whoever they are, that she's obsessed with yoga. See, another one with yoga. What am I missing out on? I wanna do some yoga and not clench. What do I learn some yoga? I do martial arts. Martial arts, you can toss people around. Yoga, I don't know. You gotta yoga. If someone comes after you, you have to kind of just not clench. I guess. Stan, are you clenched? I am free from the clenching. For fun, I would go on a yoga retreat and do 4 hours of yoga a day. Well, because she can do that. We got to work for a living. I can't do 4 hours yoga a day. That's why I do the stress yoga, man. Stress yoga. Stress yoga. And then she also does Pilates and she likes to go out dancing. She got a great life going on there, girlie. Here's another one. What the hell is her name? Nina Agdal. Nina Agdal. She looks kind of young though. I don't think she's old. Let's see. Nina Agdal provided proved you can still work out on vacation. The Danish model put her toned body on full display from an undisclosed tropical location in a series of snaps. The Sports Illustrated swimsuit stunner wore an ombre purple bikini along with the neon red sneakers. Ugh, neon red sneakers. The 29-year-old, yeah, of course she's 29. Who doesn't look good at 29? Some people, but not her. She's a Danish model. You know that? You know what a donut with no hole is, man? It's a Danish. I love Danish. I love Danish people. You ever know any Danish people? They're very cool. The 29-year-old noted that she had just finished a run in the sand. She told Fox News, Fox News, that those hard hitting stories from Fox News of the Danish model who just ran their swimsuit through the sand. Can I interview you for a moment? I've noticed there's a news story breaking out. A Danish model runs across beach in bikini. I've just finished a run. News that let's see. She said the key to staying consistent when it comes to exercise is finding a rich man with lots of money. Oh, I mean, finding a routine that you really love. Sometimes I want to put in a really good workout, but I have a million things to do all that day, like go shopping and take a shower and go shopping again and run on the beach and go shopping, pose for some pictures and go shopping. It's tiring, man. So she said all she can really do is go out for a walk. I think people often focus on how long the workout is, how sweaty you are when you're done, and how tired you are afterward. Yep, I guess you ain't eating no Wheaties, man. The thing is, if you overdo it, you're probably not going to want to do it again. And then you won't stay consistent. You see that? That was a message for her husband right there. Sometimes, like, you can read these articles and you know that they are exactly talking to somebody specific. The thing is, if you overdo it, you're probably not going to want to do it again. Ooh, then you won't stay consistent. So, all right, that's just me reading between the lines, but that's why you guys listen, man. Find the things that you enjoy doing and try new things too, like donuts. Some days you'll want to go cycling, but on other days, your body really wants a good yoga stretch. You'll feel great afterwards and it won't feel like a chore. Here's her body. I don't know. She, it's like, who cares what the hell she looks like? It's like, and as for your days off and maybe not getting out of bed, you know, to be some Danish 29-year-old Danish model, I don't think they're realistic, and I think the magazines that put them out there aren't really talking to people about, like here's something that is going to be a guiding light for you to function and do something cool. Oh, I'm going to lose weight, but yeah, I'm going to focus on a Danish model that was never like 1 pound overweight in her entire 29 miserable little tiny years of existence. I think I have boots older than 29 years, man. I definitely have some stuff. 29 years old. I'm saying that's not who you want to put forward. Kate Hudson. What about Kate Hudson, man? Is Kate Hudson only 42 years old? Get out of town. They made a mistake in this article. During the sizzling summer season, man, I'm gonna get my Harry Potter parcel tongue. Saya, sa, saya, sa. I just watched a whole bunch of Harry Potters yesterday. Commercial free. Saya, sa. Made that dude live under the stairs. You know what I mean? Kind of Me Too crap is that? Because he's a boy. It's okay to live under the stairs. They treat that kid like crap all the way through. And he had tolerance like you wouldn't believe. I'd be zapping all those people. Anyway, make me live under the stairs. During the sizzling season, Kate Hudson, she was spotted soaking up the sun like a snake. You know, snakes love the sun, man. They love to bathe out in the sun and get the rays, like the nice hot road. You gotta watch out for that. Actually, if you're in an area that's prone to snakes, like Kate Hudson, I guess. She is in Skyothos Island in Greece. The actress donned a dark blue green bikini that put her toned physique on display for part of the time at the beach. The 42-year-old let her blonde hair loose, while she also wrapped in a white towel at some point. Hudson told People magazine that as a mom of three, it's important to stay active so she can keep up with her kids, even just making time for a little movement every day. Isn't that the nanny's job, right? These guys have a few nannies hanging around, going for a walk, doing a few minutes on a treadmill, some Pilates, but they don't have stress yoga. You know that? But some Pilates, or if I have more time for it, I love hot yoga. Hot yoga. Hot yoga. I like the sound of that. Not hot yogurt. No. But hot yoga. The hell is hot yoga? I think we gotta stop the show for a second here so I could do a search. Because that just sounds really interesting. Especially after I'm looking to it's actually called hot yoga. What is hot yoga? Ugh, all right, here we go. Hot yoga is a form of yoga as exercise performed under hot and humid conditions. Oh my God, that doesn't sound like fun. Resulting in considerable sweating. That's me pushing the vacuum right there. I do hot yoga during the vacuum. I'm gonna start calling my vacuum in hot yoga. Hey, what are you doing? I'm doing my hot yoga, man. Sucking stuff up all day long. Resulting in considerable sweating. Some hot yoga practices seek to replicate the heat and humidity of India, where yoga originated. It actually didn't. It's actually from China. We can argue about that. Taoist yoga. But how's this? You want to recreate stuff in India, then you need to like release a whole bunch of things. Because India's got a lot of different what's its to recreate. There's some heat and humidity. That sounds like Florida. That doesn't sound like India. I think you really need that hot yoga. When do people come up with this stuff? I can see sitting in one of those smudge things, like a smudge, even a smudge lodge. I have never done that because I don't like being hot in general. Not hot, I don't mind. Humid, I don't like. Can't stand the humidity. For me to sit there, what am I going to do, man? You know what? I feel myself that I already have enlightening journeys without having to sweat my ass off, you know. And it doesn't make me very happy to sit around a bunch of other people sweating, since people are so inherently disgusting. I mean, they are human beings after all. And now with COVID, you definitely don't want it. But I don't mind a schwitz. You know what I mean? Which is, a little bit of heat rock, a little bit of water. You know what I mean? Like little steamer. That's good stuff, man. Because then you sweat it out. But you're not really doing yoga in there, are you? You're kind of just sitting there, sweating, thinking of the moment that you're going to get out of there. Human endurance. I have no interest. Do they have cold yoga where people go up like outside in the cold in the snow up Canada? That's all they have. I saw something advertised the other day. Discover why Canada is like the king of winter or whatever. It's like because it's freaking where it is. Discover why. Like there's a why that Canada's cold. Canada's cold. The people from there are cold. That's right. I said it. Maybe one or two of them are cool. The rest of them are cold. So, Julianne Ho, Julianne Ho, showed off her fit physique with a tiny bikini while cruising the Amalfi Coast in Italy. I don't think she's a tour guide. The 33-year-old Dancing with the Stars alum. That's the show where people go on that have nothing going on. That's why if they're famous and they're on Dancing with the Stars, they're there because they got nothing going on and they're trying to stay relevant. That's equal to Britney Spears beating up a car, shaving her head bald, beating up a car with an umbrella. She's 33. 33 is in that zone to hit the wall. In the movie Logan's Run, they have this little inclusive type of resort society that nobody got to the age, I think it was 33 or something. And when you got to that age, you go into this big arena. These guys put some kind of silky stuff on, and then they float up to the sky like in this arena, and then they explode. Psh, right? Interesting movie. So that's that age, and once you get past that, you really hit the wall, and then it becomes like you just have to be comfortable, like I said before, comfortable in your own skin, and don't feel like you're in competition with the rest of the world to try to look like something, because you'll never be these women who are 55 trying to dress like 19-year-old girls will never be a 19-year-old girl. So just be yourself, man. Just be yourself. You saying, well, is that them? I used to go up to people that had ripped jeans on and offer them $20 for a pair of new jeans. Feel bad for them. They're stricken poverty. This is fashion. Fashion. Okay. Whoever decided that, that's fine. Am I someone's going to question fashion? It's supposed to be that the young people are supposed to be doing different stuff to make themselves stand out from other generations, which doesn't really happen anymore at all. You know, there's a lot of Karens out there. No offense to my sister Karen. She's not one of them. She's crazy like I am. So, but this one. So this 33-year-old Dancing with the Stars alum spotted wearing a silver printed two-piece. That's a bikini while enjoying drinks on a yacht with family and friends. When was the last time you guys did that? Huh? Let me think the last time I was on a yacht drinking with family. A yacht. Oh, never. That's right. But I'm not privileged, man. You know? So she later took a dip in the water before returning to the craft soaked and smiling. Yeah, because she knew the paparazzi's out there. She needs to show her body to the paparazzi. They get paid. She gets paid. She's smiling at them. How do you think those guys can afford to buy 10, 15,000 or $20,000 lenses, man, so they can get a good view of this chick in a bikini? She says she's a big fan of trampoline cardio. Trampoline cardio? Oh, that's interesting too. Can you do that and eat at the same time? I'm thinking. Can I do that? At least have some popcorn? There's a trampoline. Let's see, and it helps her break a sweat during the week. And she does hot yoga. Another one does hot yoga. I want to go to the place where all these chicks are having hot yoga, just so I could be the guy having a cold drink sitting in the corner. And let's see. Oh, then she does Soul Cycle. The hell is Soul Cycle? And a no nonsense, intense dance session. You think she'd be a little more svelte with all that going on? See, I don't think these people tell the truth. I think they might do that one day a week, or hot yoga. Hot yoga. Come on, man. All right, whatever. I can't. Oh my God, who is that? Kathy Jacobs. This is just like a sad. I don't know, man. It's sad. She's like mostly naked, wearing like this little tiny micro bikini. 57. She's 77. I mean, you know what? I mean, like, I'm talking about these people's looks because they're they're upset because they're not 19 anymore. Then when people, these what they call those trolls or whatever, make these comments, they get really upset and they don't understand, you know, where things are at. I think that you're just drawing negative attention to yourself because there's a self-respect that needs to happen. And if you have that self-respect and if you have self-esteem, you know that you don't need to get nearly naked in front of people unless you're like, okay, a bodybuilding competition or whatever. No, but not just like going on Instagram saying, hey, look at my body. Listen, man, if that's what you need to get through the day, I guess that's it too. But when the media focuses the hottest celebrity bikini bodies of 2021, that's the objectification that draws people in to say you're allowed to look at them as an object but not a human being. Are you going to respect the human that they are, and just looking at their body? I don't know what the hell defines you looking at you in a bikini. I see someone who's desperate. I'm not seeing someone who has a great mind for science or art, or just even your basic likes and dislikes of what makes you who you are. You know. So does that make them who they are? So in the last few minutes of the show, let's talk about the airplane Karen who got busted, taken into custody after attack on Delta flight. And here's another one. She's somebody who's in her 50s, former Playboy chick, and it must be a real trip to be that in the spotlight and have that going on. And then once it all fades away, because of time and age and things like that, you just got to let it go. And then a lot of these people don't, and they get angry instead, and they end up getting into like a war with everybody and anybody. I've known so many people like that, including me. So, Patricia Cornwell physically attacked another passenger and invoked the name of civil rights icon of a civil rights icon in a dispute over seating and mask wearing. A pre-Christmas flight got dicey when a woman, now dubbed airline Karen. So a Karen is just any woman out there that's kind of like me 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 me. I love it. I love the term. I don't even know how the hell it started, but it kind of works. You know what I mean? So she's the airline Karen. She got into an altercation with another passenger. The ATL Uncensored Twitter account posted a nearly 2-minute video. So if you're out there on your soapbox, someone's going to be out there with a camera to tape it, like record it. That's kind of the world we're in. Woman standing with her mask down below her chin while on a flight 2790 from Tampa, Florida. See, the woman repeatedly tells an older male passenger who was seated to put his mask on. The incident reportedly started when the 51-year-old Patricia Cornwell was trying to get back to her seat, but a beverage cart blocked her way. And when told to take an open seat until the cart moved enough for her to return, she allegedly said, "Who am I, Rosa Parks?" And this woman's, she's not a black woman. She's a white woman, evoking a great American hero to many people, Rosa Parks, over this issue. So right away, you got to think like she's an idiot saying stuff like that, right? It gets better. The passenger seated nearby told her, "You're not black, and this isn't Alabama, and this isn't the bus." Goddamn specific, aren't you? You're not black. This isn't Alabama, and this isn't the bus. That led to the confrontation recorded by one of the plane's passengers, which was acquired by ATL Uncensored. Right. So they said, I'm not going to play the video. Sit down, Karen. You're a god. Karen, sit down. The man fires back to the vocal amusement of other passengers. So now he's trolling her. And people are laughing. He's got an audience. That's the best, man. Oh, once you have an audience, you're on there. The back and forth continues as flight attendants attempt to diffuse the situation. When the man calls her a B word, do you think that was, mean like Barbara? Was that? What's the B word, I wonder? Cornwall strikes him in the face and continues attempting to attack him as an attendant holds her back, and the man yells, "That's assault. Now you're going to jail." Mr. Specific again. So Cornwall then spits on the man. Such classy lady. And they continue to verbally spar with each other as she's dragged away by flight attendants and other passengers. Here's a picture of her. Ugh, she's horrid, man. You can tell by her eyes that she's nuts. A former Playboy model and actress, Cornwall, was taken into police custody and then FBI custody, and then a flight landed in Atlanta, and now she's on a $20,000 bond, and she could actually do. I mean, she could do real time. They're making example out of these people. So the airlines have had to contend with multiple incidents involving customers refusing to wear masks, becoming combative while enduring the flight, all that stuff. So good, man. You know what? People have to understand they can't act like that. And I'm sure in that woman's mind, the second that guy called her the B word, that she got the green light to beat on him because that's this society what it preaches that, oh, somebody offends you a little bit or your feelings or whatever. And she sounds like she fights people anyway. Then all of a sudden it gives you cause to attack. So I'm going to end it there for all the Karens out there. How dare you? How dare you, Karens? But this is me on the Red Pill News. Happy New Year to y'all, and I'll see you guys next week on this show next year. God dang it, concern it. Next year, I'll be cursing like one of those minor 49ers. Concern it. I'll see you guys. Have a safe, happy, healthy New Year and stay away from people and get vaccinated. I love you all around the world. 181 countries strong. Red Pill News. I love you all. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye.